Greetings, Earthlings. No, I'm just kidding.
Is that how this is going to go down?
Yeah. So, if you're here, it's because you know of the Holy Misfits, which is not a very big thing. It's just like a tiny little blip. But I started it on a whim, and this is my husband. My name is Jess.
I'm Alex.
Yeah, this is Alex. The camera is tilting. That's better. Okay. This is our first ever episode of the podcast. It's been kind of just done on a whim, just like everything. I think I walked into your office or our office and I was like, the Holy Misfits. And he was like, what? No, you were like, it sounds cool, but what are you talking about?
Yeah, quite frankly, I had no idea what was happening when you came in my office that day, or our office that day.
Our collective office, yes. I just barged into our office. And I was like,
so our thing.
Your office. And I was like, the Holy Misfits. And you were like, what? That's a cool name, but what are you talking about? So then I was like, oh, okay. So I'm picturing this. And I just threw the name out there as this declaration. And yeah, that's kind of how I work. I will be stewing on something for like sometimes years. And then I will just suddenly be like, here it is. And he'll be like, I have no context.
No. There's no here it is about it. There is just a word or thought or this is what's happening. And I'm like, with what? How does this pertain to anything? I have no context to this thing you've just thrown out into the universe. And then she goes, oh, that's right. I've been thinking about this for 6 months and I haven't said a word to you in 6 months. And now here's this thing and I'm ready to do it. And then I'm kind of like, oh, okay, well, let me play catch up. Let me ask you like a million questions to understand what's happening. And then once I've asked her a million questions and she's rolled her eyes at me at least a dozen times,
Yeah.
We usually have a pretty solid understanding where we're at. And then I try to be as accepting and loving and accommodating. And by that, I mean, I start to bug her with, okay, well, how do we do this? What do you need? What can I do?
He asks so many questions. I'm like,
And I try to support you as best I can.
Yes, because he loves the room. And I was like, what do I even call this? Like, how do I make a place for people who don't fit into any mold? And that's really the beauty of it. Like, not everybody's a Christian. Not everybody's not a Christian. Everybody's in different spots, but we're all coming together to have community and to have like important conversations. And there's times where I see you guys just like discussing different parts of faith or whatever it is, and you're just really in depth about it. I'm like, this is awesome.
It's been an interesting experience watching how this community has started, though, and I love the idea that you just wanted to create a space for people to just be able to come in and say, hey, like, I don't feel like I necessarily belong. So I think it's just really cool that you created the space, and I love the organic growth. It was never something you were like, hey, I'm going to invite like 1,000 people to come join it or anything like that. And like, oh, you know, I'm going to do this thing, and it was just this very organic, like, hey, I just wanted to create the space, and then people have come on their own or invited their own friends or people who they feel like would be a good fit.
Yeah.
So
it's been funny because like I'll get on there and like there'll be new requests and I'm like, how did they even find it? Yeah. I didn't have anything in mind about the future. I just was like, there's people that are kind of falling through the cracks and I want them to find community and help facilitate that in any way that I can. And somehow that has turned into now a podcast. Congratulations. Welcome. It's here. I don't know what we're doing, but we don't agree. So
I think we do agree.
It'll be like,
we don't agree.
Yeah, we do and we don't. It'll be like a verbal sparring if you
No,
no,
it won't.
We argue for sport.
That I do agree.
Yeah. So people who don't know us, if they don't know that about us, sometimes it freaks them out, and that cracks me up because I will be like, we're fine. No, like we're doing so good. Like because we argue for fun. It's like a fun, lighthearted thing to us. So hopefully you will see some of that in these episodes.
If you see me making odd faces or looking off in the distance for a moment every once in a while, it's because we have a 3-year-old who is behind the camera and is currently drinking milk and Gatorade and wanting to tell us about it. So
yeah, go play the slide, buddy.
Life with the 3-year-old. Life having been married for 13 years. Yeah. Almost 13 and a half years at the end of the year. Kind of what's nice about having a June wedding is it's easy to tell when you're halfway through the year. You're halfway through a year of marriage. So
halfway through it's like punching in a time clock. Well, halfway.
Hey, at least I remember how long we've been married and dates and stuff like that. Yeah. I know you do too.
I was like, why are you saying? You're saying that? Like, I literally said that we were married for 13 years.
I just have to give you a hard time every once in a
while. Oh, Atlas is spitting.
Yes, he got dirt in his mouth.
Okay.
He's 3.
It's fine.
He's a child.
He's a child.
I love having 3-year-old, by the way. He is the greatest and craziest child I have ever got to experience growing up. And as much as I love watching him be a feral child, take off roaming,
stressful.
He is a little stressful at times because he unfortunately got the stubbornness of both me and my wife combined into one, and makes for a feral, stubborn son who literally has the hardest time being told no.
Yeah.
You can come here. Whoa, you crashed. You okay? Yeah. Can you say hi?
You say hi, people.
No.
No. Do you want to share a little bit about ourselves?
Yeah, honestly, I thought that's what we were going to do at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Like, I thought that was how the introductions were. That's why I said I don't know how to introduce myself.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it. Nothing is planned. So we're just unhinged, and you enjoy.
Or don't.
Yeah, or don't enjoy. Leave negative reviews.
So I think it's more fun to do it like this.
Okay.
This is my wife, Jess. Yeah. Not Jessie. She will absolutely hate it if you call her Jessie.
I felt so triggered right when you said that.
I know. Now, anyway, let me finish. It's my turn to...
Camera. Oh, no.
What is up with this janky tripod
I don't know.
Don't ever call her Jessie. She will have a meltdown.
I won't have a meltdown. I'm not 5.
Not a tantrum meltdown. I mean a meltdown internally. Your brain will melt and come out of your ears in frustration.
Yes.
What I love about my wife is ever since we've known each other that she's had a heart for the people who are typically that don't fit the typical mold of what Whoa!
This is our child.
Can you say hi?
Hi. No, hi. That way. Go that way. Yeah.
Love you. Go play on the slide. Go play on the slide.
Go play.
Okay. Anyway, like I was saying, don't call her Jessie. She absolutely hates it. It's kind of a trigger warning moment. So
Triggered
24/7 under Jessie. So if your name's Jessie, no offense to you, but
your name sucks. Sorry, not sorry.
Really harsh.
Love you, okay.
She loves you, but you have a sucky name apparently. So
it's not their fault.
Take it as you will. Take her hate at face value.
They didn't name themselves.
Maybe
they did. Maybe they chose it. I don't know. I don't know their life.
Okay. Anyway, this is my wife, Jess. She is amazing. It's kind of the most simple, I know, cliche husband describing their wife way to introduce someone, but she truly is amazing. She is a stay-at-home mom. She's an artist. She's a musician. She had the desire to create a place for people to find acceptance and peace within the storm of political and religious craziness that's happening in our world today. That she created Holy Misfits, and what I absolutely love about that is she just always has a heart for the people who don't fit the cookie cutter, who don't fit the mold, who are outside of the box of traditions or norms or things like that. And yeah, I mean, ever since day one we've met, like, she just has surprised me. I feel like every day, as much as I know my wife, I don't know her, because I feel like as often as she changes her hair color, she changes different aspects of who she is, which is exciting for me though, because it means my wife is always changing and growing, and it means our relationship is always changing and growing. And one thing I was told growing up was that if it stops getting better, it stops being good. Which, yeah, it can be problematic if you really wanted to try and break that down. But I think it's a really cool principle to live my life on. That's what I've kind of always grown. So always striving to grow and to not be stagnant. So that's one thing I've admired about my wife is she exemplifies that. She is that. She just is always growing and accepting and loving, and she can be a little harsh sometimes with how she says things. She has this really good way of saying and being bold with what she says, but sometimes it makes you feel like you just got gut punched.
That's great.
And she oftentimes doesn't realize it's coming across as harsh as she has come
Yeah.
across, but it always leaves me at the end of the day, even if I get defensive, even if I get hurt, even if I'm upset about it, it always leaves me at the end of the day knowing where she stands with me, what she feels and thinks about me or the situation. And I appreciate that about her. So that's my wife in a nutshell. Uh,
That's
can do
nice.
and will do anything and everything she can to make people feel loved and accepted.
Now it's your turn. Alex has a way of finding people that are in need of something and they don't even realize that they need something. He just finds them somehow and he doesn't even try and find them. Like they just kind of he's just there and the he's there to help the person through whatever phase of their life. And it's always like really like a lot of times it's really heavy stuff and he's just there to pick someone up, but the hard thing about that is sometimes people will move on to whatever next phase of their life. And I've watched him just like really be there for people and then kind of wish them well, which I know is really hard for him and just anyone. But I've watched him just do that so gracefully her whole entire marriage and just like be loyal for people, be there, be that person that they never knew that they needed. And then as they're like, okay, now I can do this amazing thing in my life, he's just like, okay, go do it. And then he's kind of left, like I'm here with him, obviously, but he's just kind of like, oh, okay. But I've watched him just lead things. Like we've done ministry together. We were more, I guess, evangelical and now we've navigated different parts of faith and just so many things together and he's been that person for me, but the only difference is I married him. So and he's the guy that kind of holds a group together.
I will be upfront and tell everyone here that I am probably, and it's going to sound weird to say it this way, I'm probably the most conservative person. Yeah, I was going to say in this group, but I am definitely do not consider myself conservative by any means.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like the awkwardness of how I grew up in a very small logging town. That's all like rednecks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I went and got my ears gauged and got tatted up
Got tatted
and
up.
moved to a big city for a little bit. And growing up here, I was always told I was the most city kid, kind of in our hometown. And then I left this small town and went and lived in a big city. And I was told I was pretty much the most country person that wasn't a redneck or cowboy that people had ever met. So I'm kind of this weird gray person no matter where I go. I
Yeah,
don't
he
quite
he
fit
doesn't
one
fit.
world the other. I wouldn't say that I'm progressive, but I also wouldn't say that I'm conservative, which leaves me in an awkward place a lot of times because as much as I am pro a lot of things, there are some things that I'm still walking through and struggling through in my faith and just trying to understand. And that's one of the cool things I think about my faith, and not to get too deep into that stuff or anything right off the bat. But um, yeah, one of the things I've always loved is wrestling with my faith, is just growing and like I said, not always wanting to be better. Like if it stops being better, it stops being good. So like if my faith ever stops growing, if it ever stops being better, then it stops being good. So I've always pushed myself to learn and to grow and to ask the difficult questions and seek the difficult answers. So yeah, I mean, I don't pretend to have it all figured out, but I do love asking questions and finding answers.
Yeah, and I think that's the beauty of this podcast. It's definitely going to be laid back. We definitely don't have it all figured out. We're not experts. We're just really traumatized. We're going to have honest conversations. We're going to untangle things together. Um, and that's honestly been our whole relationship. Like, we have never been 100% on the same page. I don't know why that happened, you guys. Yeah, so the beauty of our relationship is we don't always agree. He is chasing down our child right now, who is very far away. But that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, the beauty of our relationship, we don't agree. We learn and grow together. We're open to understanding, open to having those difficult conversations, and I hope that that will be shown in these episodes. Yeah, it's gonna be lighthearted. We're not gonna be heavy all the time. We're gonna have fun. Maybe we'll make some coffee. Maybe we'll go hiking. We've been getting really into hiking, but yeah, we wanted to invite you into our world. I just felt like this was needed, and I don't know what it's gonna be. Like, who knows? But we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have hopefully some guests once I figure out how to do that, and it's gonna be awesome.